Judson Independent School District sits in San Antonio, Texas. We have approximately 23,500 students. We have 2,500 staff. We sit across 56 square miles. My team is responsible for the servers, for the security, both physical and network, and as well as the infrastructure to the district. Judson ISD had followed the traditional model of a desktop, a few in the classroom and a few in the labs. Obviously, funding was a huge concern, and the cost of technology, computers, they weren't going down. So we had to find ways to optimize both our existing hardware as well as some of the more cheaper endpoint alternatives, zero clients, thin clients, and mobile devices to provide that full desktop experience to the students and the staff across the district. Citrix was well known for its capabilities to utilize the older infrastructure. That was a huge selling feature for us because we had to maximize the value for what we could get. They were very simple to manage. They simplified maintenance. They reduced the need to constantly patch endpoints and for full desktop deployments at the campuses. It helped minimize that additional overhead that was normally be required with the technician and then the back-end system administrator side. Our traditional student to endpoint ratio would say it would be 1 endpoint to 10 students. Well, now we could bring it to 20 to 20 students. Traditionally, 5 years ago, the dependency on technology was just in its infancy. Today, it's the backbone. If you don't have internet access, it's the end of the world. I mean, the productivity in teaching almost comes to a halt at certain points. Everything's online testing. And if we don't have enough endpoints or mobile devices to be able to test those students in a set period of time, that forces a lot of delays in grading and reporting and such. Citrix facilitates the ease for our staff who work all day long to be able to access resources from home. It's grades, district resources, working on different projects, assignments. It leverages that gateway. Traditionally, you'd have to use a VPN to get in, and that can become cumbersome. So we can give a full desktop deployment from home, whether they're on their iPads or they're on their desktop PC using the Citrix receiver. Well, PureStorage took our old spinning disk storage environment and gave it a warp speed upgrade. They took away the traditional tiering model and moved to a non-tier model, and their ability to dedupe and compress the amount of data has significantly improved our operational capability, both for the staff and for the students. Login times were reduced they were previously 10 minutes down to 30 seconds or less, sometimes better than a traditional desktop experience. PureStorage allows us to leverage more than what we have allocated. For example, we'll say 3 terabytes. We're able to oversubscribe that to, say, 11 terabytes. That's huge. So you're not needing necessarily the full disk like you traditionally, if you needed 3 terabytes of spinning disk, you need 11 terabytes of spinning disk to oversubscribe. With Pure, you don't, because of the way it handles the dedupe and the compression process. We are always constantly striving to find other ways to enhance our security posture, both internally and externally, because the threat is not always on the outside. Citrix has the Citrix receiver that utilizes a secure gateway, which helps provide that layer of security that's necessary for, again, mobile devices that would need to be able to access internal resources. We have to have that divide and ensure that the proper communication happens and not the improper. Judson ISD's goal is to be able to put the technology in every student's hands. Maximizing the student's time in the classroom is critical. They have less than 45 minutes per class to be able to utilize all the technology, both for online aid and assessments. Being able to reduce those login times, which are previously 10 minutes or more, down to 30 seconds or less, is a huge value. It allows those students to be able to utilize that time in class efficiently and successfully. PureStorage has really taken something that traditionally has been a very complex process from the storage side of it, managing, moving between tiers, and simplified it so simple that someone like myself could jump in there and manage the system. When they first deployed, they were done in less than 2 hours. I actually had to question my engineer and say, "Are you sure that we're up and running?" It blew me away, because something that can be such a beast was so simple.